Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Zrinka, for the generous introduction, and my gratitude to Professor Thomas Barton for allowing me the floor, and everyone present here for being here, actually. As Zrinka mentioned, CMRS CEGS, now the Center for Early Global Studies, was renamed in 2021 from its old name, the Center for Medieval and Renaissance Studies. And one purpose of doing so was to recognize how our world was linked in the past, all the while pushing beyond a Eurocentric framework for understanding the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, pushing us towards a more global perspective, one that doesn't exclude, but I think strengthens all our fields. As the first associate director of CMRS CEGS since its renaming, I look forward to supporting this new direction through programming that examines the role of interconnections in earlier periods of world history and the potential of comparative and interregional perspectives in understanding them. And today's symposium, the Western Mediterranean and the Global Middle Ages, which is co-sponsored with the American Academy of Research Historians of Medieval Spain, aims to do just that, conceptualizing the early history of the Western Mediterranean in a global framework, one that resists the teleological and anachronistic views that haven't properly taken into account Iberia in its broader Western Mediterranean context, and connecting it and its connections to a broader patterns in North Africa and beyond. So as an exemplary effort to push beyond area specializations and disciplinary boundaries, the symposium today features scholars at different career stages from 5 different countries in fields as wide-ranging as art history, literature, English, history, and also Near Eastern languages. And before I hand the floor over to Professor Barton, I just wanted to relate a short note from my own research area, which is 15th century Korea. And this is very far away from the Mediterranean, although there is a peninsula involved. It's Korea almost rhymes with Iberia, almost. Here we go. Yeah. And then, okay. So I think this map, if you taught a world history class, you're probably familiar with it. It's called the Integrated Map of the Lands and Regions of the Historical Countries and Their Capitals, or Gangnido in short, as it's commonly known. It was created in 1402. This image is a later copy, but it was created based on new geographical knowledge made possible by the interconnections that developed in the wake of Mongol expansion in Eurasia in the centuries prior. On that world map, the Korean peninsula is admittedly a bit oversized. And it's in the original map, it was on the Korean peninsula was on the far eastern edge, and Japan was shunted off to the southeast corner. But this later Japanese copy brings Japan back up a little bit. And there are various reasons for this, but what I wanted to share is just on its westernmost point, there are a series of place names which derive from their Arabic pronunciations that will be familiar to everyone, I think, in this room: Marrakesh, Gibraltar, Seville, Granada, Lisbon, and Fez. And I think the Korean Gangnido map is at once a product of the early global age. It's widening intellectual and geographical horizons. It is also, for me, I think, a symbol for the spirit of the CMRS CEGS Center and the initiatives that we're undertaking to bring together wider relationships that I hope to help facilitate for the rest of the year. So with that, let me introduce Professor Thomas Barton, who is the chief organizer of today's events and tomorrow's events. Professor Barton is a professor of history at the University of San Diego. His research concerns the relationship between different ethno-religious communities within Iberia and the Western Mediterranean, including North Africa, during the medieval period. As an associate of the CMRS Center for Early Global Studies, he has coordinated and organized quite a number of workshops and conferences here at UCLA. And in the meantime, I should also add that he has recently won the Medieval Academy of America's 2023 Jerome E. Singerman Prize for his monograph, Victory Shadow, Conquest and Governance in Medieval Catalonia, published with Cornell University Press in 2019. And with that, I invite Professor Barton to